Every now and then, I point to a lucky stock mention that doubled or tripled, or at least popped after being mentioned here, like InMed, Adobe, or Meta recently. Now you may wonder, what about the failures? Because surely, as good as stock sleuthing is, it isn't foolproof. No, it isn't. So what about stocks I mentioned here as worth your sleuthing time that went south? There were not that many, but there were still some. Let me mention two, and what's common to both of them, and what I should have learned from it, but still haven't, because I have a weakness for such stocks. Now, what kind of stocks are these? In a word, turnarounds. I have a weakness for them, and I'm not the only one. Several big-name investors, much richer and smarter than me, share the same kind of weakness. For example, Carl Icahn. I'll tell more about this in my coming book, The Advanced Sleuth Investor. The two turnaround stocks I mentioned here that went south were FOSL, FOSL symbol, and TGO, TGO-T symbol, trading in Toronto. Are they complete washouts then? Or is there still hope for them? Let's take them one by one. FOSL is a maker and marketer of watches and some apparel items that has been around for more than 30 years. It has gone up and down in every cycle, often a lot. So bottom to top potential can be 5 to 10 times, which is one of the reasons I sleuthed it. FOSL began to change its business model from selling in stores to mostly online sales. So of course, cost balloons, some product became obsolete and were written off, and the stock tanked. I then mentioned FOSL as a potential turnaround after talking to sales personnel at the FOSL store in Florence, Italy, where I was on vacation. I thought myself very clever for doing such sleuthing and for following up afterwards with watch designer to get deep insight into the watch business. Well, I was happy first to see FOSL stock go up a bit after the mention, but then it tanked as the turnaround I was looking for took much longer than expected. And then COVID hit. However, now COVID is over, and yet FOSL stock has not recovered much and is now trading at half the price it was first mentioned. Half. So is FOSL a washout and shame on me? Maybe yes, maybe no. First off, the stock is now very cheap. How cheap? At its current price of about $4.70 a share, it is now selling at less than book value of $7.60 and even less than working capital per share of 11. To recall, working capital per share is the old Ben Graham cheapness rule that Buffett used to go by when he began his fund. On top, some retail expert joined FOSL board, and there are now new products too. So can the stock rebound? I of course can't tell. And even if I could, why should you listen to me? I was wrong the first time around. Or was I simply too early? That too is possible. Turnaround, as I said, even those who succeed often take longer than expected, and meantime give you one big heartburn and then a small one before they recover, if they do, which I should have remembered when I mentioned it, because as I said, turnarounds are my weakness. They take long, but if they succeed, if they can break the bank. But to be honest about it, mostly I like turnaround because of the drama and the high potential, yes, for quick multi-baggers if they succeed. Is this the case here? Maybe, maybe not. The one missing ingredient in FOSL's case was new management. The same CEO who started the company is still running the show. Yes, some seasoned talent joined the company, but it's still the same old crew and the same general who leads the battle. So will it turn finally or not? Sleuth it for yourself and find out. I'll revisit FOSL a year from now. The second turnaround I mentioned to my chagrin was TGO, the Canadian national licensee of 5G wireless spectrum. The stock, I said, was a potential turnaround also. There, at least, new owners and new management came in with experience in fixing companies. However, that stock too is down since I mentioned. Why? First, TGO's 5G wireless spectrum was supposed to be a choice by Canadian industry against Huawei, the Chinese company. This had not materialized. Second, the equipment that would use the new wireless spectrum was also slow in arriving. As a result, The stock is well below the price when mentioned. So is this one a washout? Once again, I'm not so sure. As I said more than once or twice now, turnarounds give you a heartburn before they smile at you, if they smile. But some of them do smile indeed. For example, Meta, META symbol, which I mentioned a few weeks ago, is already up 80% since, and it shows no signs of stopping. So are FOSL and TGO also potential winners? With success merely delayed? You know my answer. Sleuth yourself and reach your own conclusions. Now, before I log off, here is one tidbit about Carl Icahn, who has similar weakness to turnaround as mine. Now, why is it a weakness? Because, as I mentioned in my coming book, besides being a great corporate fixer, Icahn is also a great showman and loves the drama of boardroom battles. So in many cases, I suspect it takes on a fixer role just for the fun of the fight, which often results, yes, in a heartburn. For example, Icahn has been involved in trying to fix Xerox since 2016. That's 7 years ago, and he still hasn't given up. How has Xerox stock done in the meantime? In a word, bupkis, which means nothing. But has Carl given up? No, he persists. Why? As I said, he likes the drama. Or will Xerox succeed eventually? I doubt it, but then I'm just an onlooker. I'm not a participant. The obvious conclusion for you here is this. Don't look for drama in your investments. Look for it elsewhere. In your investing, go for the boring stocks, but superior ones that do not get into trouble, that need fixing. It pays much better. If you want drama, read thrillers. I do. I also write them occasionally. Look it up. That's all for today. Please let me know below what you think of the above. Then give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell all your friends who they're subscribed to. And buy my book, The Sleuth Investor. And next month, buy my second book, The Advanced Sleuth Investor, and give it a good review on Amazon, please. I'll see you next time. And meantime, thank you very much for watching.